will not be tolerated in our grounds for removal from the side of competition. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for today's game between and your Franklin Panthers. Starting for the visiting team, 00, Willow Messer. Number 4, Eliza McCauley. Number 8, Brianna Montero.
There you go.
Number 10, Anna Morgan. Number 12, Shay Sutton. Number 13, Hadley Huffman. Number 15, Aaron Moore. Number 16, Lindsay Yeomans. Number 17, Natalie Paris. Number 19, Ella Harris. Number 24, Lucy McCrae. Smoky Mountain is coached by Mark Sides, assisted by Stephen Parsons and Karina Gribble. And now, starting for your home team, Franklin Panthers. Number 5, Megan Ballin. Number 10, Lydia Barton. Number 14, Brandy Dill. Number 6, Chloe Lane. Number 9, Haley Riddle. Number 13, Ali Roots. Number 8, Ellie Storr. Number 7, Olivia Swift. Number 19, Holly Warner. Number 7, Caitlin Riddle. And starting at goalkeeper, that lady between the posts, Sidonia Morales.
All right, fans, we're about to have the playing of our national anthem.
And now, if you will please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
starting lineups and our national anthem as we welcome you in to the press box here. I understand we have some audio issues to begin the game, so you didn't hear my intro. I'm George Young alongside Guy Gooder and Trevin Talent. They are the talent here because they know all about soccer. I'm just here to tell you who's got the soccer ball tonight. It's the Battle of Cowie Mountain. Match tonight between Smoky and Franklin. The Lady Panthers come into tonight's game at 5-5-1 overall and 2-3 in the conference after a loss last night in Hendersonville over the Lady Bearcats of Hendersonville. And guys, good to be along for our inaugural broadcast here on FPSN of Lady Panther soccer. Guy, you followed the game for a long time. You coached it. Trevin just played about 6 months ago for the Panthers in the fall. That's when the men's soccer plays in high school. And guys, looking forward to this one.
Looks like a good matchup. It's always going to be a good game when we get to play Smoky out here. So good rivalry.
Trevin, I'll ask you this question, and you had to experience this. Playing less than 24 hours a conference game after you just played, and you had to come back on about an hour-and-a-half bus ride from Hendersonville. I know that's got to be tough.
Yeah, there's definitely added fatigue. So you're going to look to try to sub out a lot more than you normally do, and you just hope that your bench players are ready to make the impact that you're going to count upon them to make.
All right, we are underway here at Macon Middle School. That's where Franklin plays their soccer matches, as it has turned out to be a beautiful evening, about 70 or so. As we will get our nifty scoreboard up and rolling. Maybe not. Scoreboard is not wanting to cooperate here. We will get it up here in just a few moments.
It's a goal kick by the Panthers. Goes up about middle of the field there.
We've got names here, and we would try to get the names to you, as we had some JV players had some injuries last night, according to head coach Dwight Long.
Ooh.
And the varsity coach can bring up players when you get an injury like that out of the JV. So it's a nice luxury to have in that situation.
And those JV players, if they're given the chance and you see them perform, they can earn permanent spots in the varsity roster. So you usually see a little extra drive in those type of players.
Had a free kick by Smoky, and it went wide of the goal to the left.
And if Franklin gets a goal kick, watch out for Chloe Lane, because she is loved, always hitting about like 30, 40 yards away and just aiming to the top of the crossbar and just sneaking it in over the goalie. And especially today where Smoky appears to have a shorter keeper, that's been her bread and butter goal scoring wise throughout her career.
Oh, short goal kick out of them. We got wind blowing in, so wind's probably going to be a factor on those goal kicks.
You can hear it in the field mic.
Especially playing goalkeeper, goal kicks is like one of the last things you usually work on. So took me a long time before I even got mine down. So goalkeepers usually don't have the strongest goal kicks at the high school level.
Mustangs throw in, trying to work it upfield. Ooh, their own player there.
All right, finally got our clock rolling here.
There's a good ball up by the Panthers.
It's Lydia Barton. She gets taken away. Handball. Yeah, it looks like they're putting Chloe more up. See if she can tap it in off a bounce or something. Ooh.
Bear with us, fans, as we get all the technical feats out of the way. We do have our live scoreboard rolling now with the clock. They play 40-minute halves, have a 10-minute halftime here in high school ball. Battle of Cowie Mountain tonight. Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Share our post. Subscribe to our YouTube page as Smokey will throw it in. It's going to be a breezy evening. Y'all talked about that. As hopefully we'll get this one underway before there's any rain that's moving in. So while they delayed this one until today because Monday it was very stormy around the area.
And we talked to the coach earlier. He said the field's playing pretty slow because we've had a lot of rain and it's pretty thick out there. So for Smokey, they play on a fake grass, a turf field over there. It's a faster field, so they're probably going to have a little bit more trouble out here. A little bouncier field, a little slower.
Yeah, and that's why we always seem to have like a little bit of a home field advantage because all these teams in this conference all play on turf fields and they're not used to the, rough, bouncy, slower nature of this field. Especially I know for a fact in guys because half the field's dead by then. And that's why the girls won last year for sure. They got beat 4-0 and ooh. Good tackle by Holly Warner. But they got beat 4-0 at Smokies, and then very next week they come back and beat them next year.
Franklin's running a 4-3-3 tonight, it looks like, against them with one of the tallest players in the middle.
Lydia Barton.
They probably should air that out a little bit.
Lydia Barton in traffic.
Yeah, they look way too condensed right now. It's a lot of just kicking it back and forth and praying it hits a player.
Haley Huffman will fire that one out of bounds. Franklin will get it in. That one's going to head out of bounds. Nice crowd on hand here at Macon Middle. As you would expect for the Battle of Cowie Mountain, these two teams, just like every sport, well connected. A lot of play on teams outside of the season, travel ball teams, the like.
Looks like it's going to end up being a battle in the midfields.
There is a lot of talent here on the field. As Willow Messer, the goalkeeper for Smokey, will kick that one towards the circle. And we've got a whistle. And Trevin, you were telling me that we've got some players going to college.
Oh, yes, sir. Lydia Barton just signed with Covenant College very recently, so she'll look to continue her career there. And it's always nice when you have soccer players, play at the next level. Really builds a little, prestige to the program. And it promotes other players to, kind of work up to that. They think if they could train harder, then they can do just what Lydia's doing.
Tonight's broadcast here on YouTube and Facebook is presented in part by Anders Custom Woodworking, along with Gooder Graphics, 1040.com, and WNC Sports Zone. Unlike basketball or football, there's not a lot of breaks in soccer, so as you can see in the corner of our screen. Appreciate these sponsors bringing you tonight's soccer game. And we've got a couple of more spring sports we will let you know about as we go along. In fact, about 2 weeks away from our only softball broadcast here in 2019. That'll be on the 24th of April, and then a couple of baseball broadcasts at the end of March, first or end of April, first part of May, as that one heads out of bounds.
You know, I will say there's not a lot of possession going on right here. Seems like whenever someone gets the ball, they're just looking to boot it up. I think if one of these teams just calms down and starts possessing, they're just going to tire the other team out and, you know, get a lot more chances because this booting up isn't really doing much.
About 10 minutes into this one. Smokey on the attack.
It's good attack by Smokey there. It looks like they're running a 4-4-2. They got true wingers out on the side. They're trying to spread us out quite a bit. We probably should take advantage of that, but having a little trouble getting that ball up to Barton.
Sidonia Morales, the goalkeeper for the Panthers tonight.
I will say Smokey's hitting very well with that through ball right now. They're going out wide and then just sending it back in, right up the middle. And they got unlucky a couple times, but if they get a little less power on that and hit the striker's feet, then they're really looking at some good goal-scoring opportunities.
At every soccer match, you've got to have somebody with a horn, right?
Gotta have a horn.
You got to have a horn.
Yeah.
And we've got that in the crowd.
That or cowbell.
That's exactly right.
Far shot.
Right of the goal.
With the height of most goalkeepers in girls soccer, those are always worth the shots to take. Because you never know when you can just get it over and get lucky and hop it over.
Mustang's having trouble getting it off the back there. Almost every goal kick.
Good clear by Chloe Lane, but a little close. I will say Franklin's got to watch out for Anna Morgan because she's a very dangerous player. She's top goal scorer for the Mustangs, and you don't want to give her too many chances, especially as close to the box as that.
Got to go retrieve the soccer ball behind the goal, and about an hour ago or so, they cut the grass right behind the goal. Some freshly cut grass. She had to slog through. We'll get a corner kick.
They usually have some ball people running the sidelines, and nobody's out there tonight, so not getting any help.
Franklin's going to clear it.
Good chance for a counterattack here. Looks like Lydia Barton just lost the ball behind her. So it was a good pass by Megan Ballant.
And it goes out of bounds. Down to under 28 minutes left in this first half.
Smart.
I think Franklin could probably line up a little bit higher on those free kicks. They're giving them a lot of room there.
I was going to say smart drop, but that drop went straight to Anna Morgan. So you got to have a little, field awareness to make sure you're not giving the ball straight to the other team. And that's a push in the back. They're going to call that every time. Good opportunity here for Franklin, though, to send the ball in and hopefully get a chance at scoring a goal.
She always never been afraid to get hurt. That's not something she learned. That's just her.
Panthers
This
will.
is Chloe Lane taking this Kick into the box here for Franklin. Good ball in to the back post. Nobody there.
She was looking for Lydia, though, and trying to use that height to their advantage. But it looks like she just hit a little too high. That's always a dangerous spot if you're a goalie, because coming out can be dangerous because you don't want to be stuck in no man's land. But when you have someone like Lydia, it's probably best to just punch that ball out of there.
Franklin on the attack. It's Haley Riddle.
They keep it in. It's like Roots is going to have a chance to cross the ball in.
Megan Ballant will retrieve it, and it heads out of bounds.
Good action there for the Panthers. Really attacking those backs, putting some pressure on them.
We're down to almost 25 minutes left.
If they keep targeting that right side as much as they are, then watch out for Allie Roots, because she's been, I think, the second leading goal scorer for the team this year at 5. She's a sophomore, but she's been really dangerous from that wing position.
Heads out of bounds, I'll say. Last touch by Smokey, so Franklin will get it in. And it's going to be Holly Wayner. And will fire it in traffic. It's going to be cleared by Smokey.
Look for the drop. You know, if you're stuck in a situation like that, I feel like it's better to, you know, drop it back to the goalie and try to get it reset. Because when you dribble it out like that, you're giving Smokey the ball right back practically with the throw-in.
There's a good ball up the middle for the Panthers. One-on-one action. Oh,
Lucy
unlucky
McCray
there
had it.
for the call.
Yeah. And it's off of her, I believe.
No, it was I think it was a foul.
Okay.
Yeah. On
Just
Allie Roots.
Just caught her in the heel a little bit there.
Big boot by Holly Warner.
We picked up by Smokey. Franklin lost last night 8-1 to Hendersonville. Shot just right.
There's no communication right there between the Smokey goalkeeper and the defender. Normally one of them calls that so you don't have that situation happen, but Franklin couldn't take advantage of it. Corner kick.
Mustangs come into this one tonight with a 4-5 mark and 1-4 in the league. As we are ticking towards the halfway point in this first half.
I think they just made a sub, but I can't tell.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
hard to
Franklin
see
made
those
a
numbers.
sub. Megan Ballant's coming off. I'm not exactly who sure is coming on because her hair is covering the back of the jersey.
Thanks for the binoculars. I think
Well,
I need
if,
some readers.
If you can see it from here, Trev, well, you're about 20 years younger than me, so that makes sense.
Oh, a chance. Good ball sent in by Chloe Lane, but just got a little too jumbled in there, and looks like Smokey got a leg on it. Looks like another Franklin corner.
Past couple of minutes, Panthers have had some opportunities to score, but have come up empty.
Well, they've got, looks like they've got Lane going up, taking the corner on the left side too, huh?
Mm-hmm. And she's got probably the strongest foot out of any one of the teams, so it makes sense.
And Chloe Lane trying to center it.
I mean, you see, she just went over everyone right there. Looks like it's going to be another corner.
she is going over to the right side. Take another corner
the
kicker.
opposite side. Get some exercise there, one end to the other.
Honestly, you try to get as many set pieces as you can in soccer because you score around 25% of them. So this is about the fourth one for Franklin. We're hoping they can score a goal here.
Wind really is picked up here at Macon Middle, and it's going to sail out of bounds.
Another corner. You got to look to convert on at least one of them because there's not many games where you get like 4 straight corners back to back to back to back. Or 4 corners at all sometimes.
They're manning up. Looks like Mustangs are manning up. They've got 2 players at the post.
Yeah,
They're not doing a
sub.
zone coverage on those. So main thing, make a good run. Try to get that ball in the center. Get as many feet in the middle, heads in the middle as you can get.
Chloe Lane again will fire one in.
Looked like Allie Stewart came out.
That'll be off of Smokey. And again, Franklin has a chance.
Looked like Megan Ballant was in the middle right there and wanted to settle it, but if you're in that situation, you just got to blaze it through the goal and just hope it's on frame.
Notice that ball is hopping when it's passed across that middle. I mean, it hops a good 2 feet. Better keep your feet high today.
Yeah, that middle field is what gets the most traction and wear and tear on it. So that, especially in the 18 boxes, you really got to watch that ball because it'll hop around.
Glad you're with us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live tonight. I'm George Young, along with Guy Gooder and Trevin Talent, with our inaugural girls soccer game here on FPSN. It's the Battle of Cowie Mountain. I want to thank our sponsors as well, bringing you tonight's action along with a couple of more spring sports in the next few weeks. You can hear her fire that one into the stands at Chloe Lane.
The smart drop by Holly Warner to look down with it, but Chloe Lane just had nowhere to go with it. Had to kick it back out.
That one is off of a Lady Panther. Ella Harris gets it in. Anna Morgan with it.
Strong defense being played by Chloe, just keeping her in front of her, not stabbing. Stabbing is the biggest thing that leads to good opportunities for offenses.
That was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's playing advantage. It was a handball, and he was about to call it, but since Franklin kept the ball, he's just letting the play go on. Advantage can be a tricky thing because some coaches would think the advantage would be to have the free kick right there, but by rule, he just let him play.
He's going to get to it first. Smokey was going to fire it out of bounds.
Got 2 subs for the Mustangs and 1 sub for the Panthers.
Allie Stork's coming back in. Or not. Sorry. Allie
Alexander,
Roots.
yeah.
Yeah.
Allie Roots check it in.
They both play that wing position, kind of, so I got a little mixed up.
Down to 16 or so minutes, 16:48.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this game stayed scoreless until overtime and was decided on PKs, because that's how the game at this field last year went. That was a good header by number 4 for Smokey.
Looks like the majority of the chances have been the Panthers so far. They've had a couple of good ones. Mustangs have had a couple of good ones, but most of the pressure and play's been down on the other end. So maybe they can keep that up for the next little bit, going to halftime with some confidence.
He saved it.
Smart drop by Megan Ballant. Way to keep possession right there.
Megan Ballant with it.
Oh, good through ball.
A chance, and it's knocked away. Not many places to sit in the stands here. Of course, there's just about 3 rows, but all of them are taken. That's Battle of Cowie. And a lot of folks with their own chairs sitting on the side that we're located here in the press box.
Usually happens because of Silva's proximity to Franklin. A lot of the parents just drive over here and watch the game.
It's a great crowd, great soccer crowd.
Oh, good over top ball. Then Morales comes out and makes a good foot save right there. She can't use her hands outside the box, so smart of her to just put her feet at the ball.
Good save. No room for error there. She has to get it. Try to be careful not to get the player. Pressure again by the Mustangs.
And the biggest thing like that, you got to make sure you get the ball, because if you don't, then there's no one left back there to save your butt.
Let's see if that one goes out of bounds before it's saved. It's going to stop at the line.
Goal kick.
Yep.
I will say, after that last little run they had right there, Franklin needs to keep their eye on Sutton Shea, number 12. She looks like she's definitely got some speed on her to burn them over top.
And Shea Sutton also plays basketball for Smoky Mountain. No?
No. I said her name wrong.
You said her name wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said it backwards.
Yeah.
I said Sutton Shea instead of Shea Sutton.
It's Shea Sutton. I understood you. You were looking at me there, Trevin, and I was making sure I was right.
No, you're right.
You've got all the knowledge here. I'm just here to direct the show. That's about all I'm doing.
I got more knowledge in soccer, but you got way more knowledge in announcing.
Yeah. Well, tonight you've got the knowledge, as that one is heaved out of bounds. Down to about 12 and a half to go here in this first half. And we are scoreless, 0-0.
Okay, making sure they called that. Megan Ballant got shoved to the ground there, and didn't seem like the ref was going to call it initially.
Melanie Hoyle also is on the field for soccer for Smoky Mountain, and she is a former Panther.
Oh, good ball!
Goal, Franklin.
Beautiful assist from Chloe Lane. I was talking about that earlier. When she's at that 40-yard mark away from the field, you got to watch out for her on free kicks. And
Franklin strikes first in this one.
Great time for a score, too. You got, is that clock right? Got 11 minutes left to go, and you're going to go in with a lot of confidence. You're going to have the Mustangs kind of doubting themselves a little bit. It could be dangerous if you score. They're going to look to try to get something done before halftime. But I think the backs for Franklin look real organized. I couldn't say that about the front and the mids as much, but the backs really know their jobs. They're holding it down back there.
That's because the chemistry they have from last year. Pretty much the same group, stayed intact. When you get to go together like that, you really have nice chemistry with your back line. There's a foul. Gives Smokey a chance for about the same play Franklin had.
Now right here, you got a central ball, so they don't have really any place to go but over the top. This is where Franklin needs to pull up. Because they would have had her offside situations. Boom, you got a goal kick or a kick from there.
Another whistle.
And in case we didn't say it earlier, that goal was by sophomore Allie Roots. That gives her her 6th goal of the year. She's really nice attacking component in that front three they got, along with Lydia Barton.
Spot on that ball, I wouldn't say is on the line or near it, but.
Did he move?
He got a shot away. Mustangs got a shot away. The players might be a little tired. Midfielders might look a little tired right now. They're not closing down that player. You get a goal like that. Every movement forward counts. So
yeah, closing down is the biggest thing. So that time and time when I was playing this year, you got to close down those shots. You can't give them an opportunity to get a free shot on goal. But luckily they got Sidonia Morales back there, and she closed it down no problem.
Under 10 minutes to play here in this first half of the Battle of Cowee.
I'll say Franklin's forwards need to come to that ball a little quicker. They're just sitting back and letting the ball come to them and giving Smokies defenders time to pressure them, take the ball right back from them.
Fans coming up at the half. We'll have a halftime guest. Also some analysis from Trevin and Guy on that first half. Coming up in about 9 minutes or so.
Another substitution by Franklin. Keeping the players fresh, especially after playing a game the night before and having a long trip back home. It's nice to keep your players fresh so you can have a strong attacking unit for the whole game.
got an offsides call on Franklin right there.
Smokey looks like they want to try to set something up here. What's the strategy in the first half after you drop a goal and you're down 1-0?
Well, they want anything they can get before halftime because you hate going into halftime. You'd like to get it tied up. You'd want to go in with confidence and start the game, start the half fresh, 1-1. But they are having a lot of trouble knocking around. They're not using the wings like they started with. So I'm assuming their coach is going to talk to them about that. Looks like their strengths are bringing it down the wing a little bit more. They don't seem comfortable going up the middle. That's probably what the chat in the locker room will be about.
Unless something changes here in the last 7 minutes and change.
Morgan trying to send that ball in. But as Mr. Gooder said earlier, that back line is definitely a cohesive unit. When Chloe Lane went up and pressured Anna Morgan, and then she sent the pass in, they just filled right back forward to make sure nothing went through. That's the biggest thing about defense, is that one of your pull up, You got to make sure you guys replace each other behind.
Here's a dangerous run coming down for the Mustangs. Looking, no
Just-
options in the middle. Nobody makes
Yeah.
a run. Number 4 was trying to come up, help her out there.
Shea Sutton again. Attacked.
Looked like Eliza McCauley was trying to get there, but might have got caught watching the run a little bit. Sometimes that happens and forget to get down the field for her.
And when you're a striker in that position, there's not much you can do. No one in the middle, and if you're a goalkeeper, when you have a striker at that angle, it makes your job so much easier. So you can just take away that one side of the goal, and that's all you got to worry about.
There's a good ball coming down, back down with the Panthers.
Good flick of the head by Allie Roots. Ooh,
Can she save it? No.
that was a good idea by Olivia Swift, but just couldn't connect.
A throw in for Panthers down in the deep corner there.
You know, when you get to like the last 5 minutes of the half right here, usually our coach or teammates are going to say something cliche like, you know, give it all you got, halftime's coming up. But it's true. You're about to have a halftime break. You know, give it a strong 5 minutes to close out the half. Make sure you don't, you know, let any goals by, and hopefully get another one to give you a little more cushion.
We got under 5 minutes left here in this first half.
Got some help from a parent there. Do have a ball person now on the
Oh, we
on
do.
the sideline, so
Okay.
that's going to help things out a little
I
bit.
don't know if we had a bald dog. There was a dog walking around here, marking its territory in the pregame. I didn't know if it was one of those dogs that fetches.
Well,
You've
would be,
seen
that
that.
would be handy.
That's what you need here.
Long
Oh.
distance shot. She handled it a little dangerous there, but
Goalkeeper's got to be a little more confident to just come out and get that.
That was Willow Messer, goalkeeper for Smoky. Gonna fire it out.
Ooh, unlucky. A little bounce went by Brandy Dills right there.
Shea Sutton again. She fires one.
goal Mustangs.
Shea Sutton with the goal.
Honestly, it looked like when she shot that, it looked like it bounced off Chloe Lane. And then that makes it so hard for a keeper. 'Cause you're ready for that ball to come at you and you think it's going to go somewhere, and then it takes that last minute deflection. But Snowden Mouse did get something on it, but just not enough after a deflection like that. And a little unlucky.
Definitely not the kind of goal you want to give up. 3 minutes left in the half. You want to play some good, solid defense going in there.
Yeah, it looked like Brandy Mills went to head it out, but just whiffed on it and gave Smokey a perfect chance. But Willie Barron looked like she had an opportunity there for a second.
Smoky gonna clear it out.
There's another ball in.
Haley Riddle, I
Panthers.
believe,
Good save.
fired that one in, and another save by Messer.
She definitely needed sure hands there. She had Lydia Barton pressing on her, crashing, just in case she dropped it.
Fans coming up, we'll have Tommy Westbrook, hopefully, will be joining us from the Booster Club. Last time we talked to him was back during basketball season. We'll talk about spring sports and how things are going with the Booster Club as he's running the concession stand below us. Shea Sutton, very aggressive. She scored the goal a while ago.
She can handle the ball. She keeps it at her feet. She separates it from the defender. Then tries to pass it off or make a run if she can get a turn in. So she's a good, solid player.
She definitely got speed to get them over top, too. Last two chances they had, she just pretty much outran everyone to the
Shot
corner.
on goal. wind picks back up here at Macon Middle. Down to just about 2 minutes left in this opening half.
They went for that through ball again, Anna Morgan to Sutton, but a little too wide and straight to Morales. Oh, not the point you're looking for.
And we got a whistle.
Handball by Sutton. Ball came up on her and she tried to hip it up. It looked like she got at least a little bit of it with her elbow.
There's a dog.
There's a dog. It's about the size of a soccer ball.
I think the soccer ball would overwhelm that dog if he tried to fetch it. I was going to head out of bounds. Franklin will quickly get it in.
Yeah, a minute left.
Try to set something up here. Yeah. With just about a minute left. The urgency of fetching those balls gets a little quicker as those seconds tick off the clock and we get towards the half. Down to 45 left.
Oh, no.
Open goal. Shea Sutton, her second goal for Smoky. And they've taken the lead in this one.
And as a keeper, that's the worst feeling imaginable. Coming out and missing the ball. You just got to have more confidence in that. It seems like when you kind of stutter step before you win, you just got to go in and just boot it as hard as you can. Doesn't matter anything. Oh, yeah, look, she did look like she slipped because of the grass, and that's unfortunate.
And there's a couple of bare spots out there, too. May have something to do with it.
And you don't want to let another goal, because it looks like things are unraveling all of a sudden for the Panthers. Good defense by Chloe Lane right there.
Final few seconds here. And that's going to do it for the first half of action here at Macon Middle School. A late goal by Smoky Mountain, and Shea Sutton gives Smoky a 2-1 edge at the break. Are we even on? No? Okay. Gooder Graphics is Franklin's destination for imprinted apparel, signs, and trophies. If you've got something you need graphics on, the place to go is Gooder Graphics. Since 1998, Guy and Alicia Gooder have been helping businesses all over Macon County. From vehicle signage to hats and shirts, they can handle it all. Give Gooder Graphics a call at 828-349-4097 today, or drop by their location at the corner of East Main Street and Lake Emery Road to see how they can help you. Well, we got about 5 more minutes until we'll get to second half action. George Young back with you. And now I'm joined with Tommy Westbrook, the head of the Franklin High School Booster Club. And working the concessions tonight. It's spring sports here. A lot of action going on at Macon Middle. We have the soccer team playing on this field where we're at tonight. And then right behind us, it's the baseball field. And then the softball field is in the distance as well. So a lot of action here at Macon Middle, kind of the epicenter of spring sports for Franklin High School. And you're over here a lot, Tommy, at the concession stand below us and over at the softball field. I know it's a busy time for you.
Well, it is a busy time. Last night we had the Macon Middle School, all 3 teams playing. So it is a busy time, and the parents have been real good about helping us with working in the concession stands and stuff. But it's springtime, and people are beginning to get out now because the weather's a little bit better. And so things are a little better and looking up.
Well, you guys always have something going on. Tell us some of the current fundraising activities that I know that you coordinate, and have some other folks that assist you coordinate here, Tommy.
Yes, sir. At the present time, we're over the spring break. If we're fortunate enough, we'll have a brand new scoreboard here at the soccer field that will be a 16x5. Here from the press box over the concession stand, you'll be able to see the framework that's already up for the new scoreboard. And there's a sizable difference between what we have now and what we will be having. And we're in the process now of trying to get somebody to sponsor that scoreboard for us. There will be 4 panels that are 4 foot by 3 foot. And we'd like somebody to sponsor that whole board for us. And we'll put that up. And then we have a couple of other things that we've got in the works. We've got a brand new plan for our 3x6 signs and 1 2x3 sign in the gym that would put signs in every sports venue that we have at Franklin High School and the middle school. So we've got some package deals now that we feel like are very advertising for people. And like I say, with the springtime right around the corner, and we're beginning to get this warm weather, people are beginning to come out. So advertisement now is being seen, and we hope that we'll be able to get this scoreboard sponsored. The biggest thing is we want to try and get it done before senior night, so that our girls will be able to have a new scoreboard as they go out as seniors.
Absolutely, something to be proud of. A lot of work that's been done over here at Macon Middle School. New scoreboard, the baseball field, also softball field got a scoreboard, I think last year before last, baseball the same. And so soccer here, they're due. And that's something that is in the works. And I know that concessions and getting volunteers is always something that you're working to obtain, and something that maybe gives you a few more gray hairs up there. It's always something that is necessary, and you're always looking for volunteers, ain't you?
We are, George, and I think sometimes the biggest problem is that we leave seniors out sometimes. And if there's any seniors out there that are interested in being involved in the athletic programs here as well as the Booster Club, feel free to call me at 828-231-9504. That's my personal number. If not, if you'll stop by the school, ask for Miss Gerber, she would be able to direct you to who you need to talk to if there's a particular thing that you would be interested in volunteering. It's almost impossible to raise the kind of money that we need to raise without volunteers as help and without parent help. So, again, I'd like to say that this stuff is made possible by our community, by the generosity that they've shown to me and the school. But by the same token, our parents sometimes forget that we all need to chip in and do our part.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those things where I don't have a dog in the fight. Both of mine are gone. But by the same token, I'm doing it for one reason, and that's the kids. Mm-hmm. And it's a necessity nowadays. Chick-fil-A has helped us tremendously by being able to fund these kids on road trips for the conference games, which means parents don't have to shell out $10 or $15 for them to eat on the road. Mm-hmm. So we've got some things in the works that we'd be glad to have some parents come to the meetings. We meet the first Monday of every month at 6:30 at the library at the high school. And again, if they'd like to contact me, my number is 828-231-9504.
All right, Tommy, well, we appreciate you joining us here at the half as we are back underway. We'll let you get back to your duties below us in the concession stand. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, George.
That's Tommy Westbrook with the Athletic Booster Club here at Franklin High School as we are back underway in the second half. I think we have some of our connection issues settled, and hopefully we'll get the second half to you without any interruptions as both teams went into talk it over for 10 minutes. And now Franklin will attack on the left side of your screen. And that's actually where we're closest to, so we can see some of the
good goal. Great pass by Haley Riddle right there, and good, calm, cool composure by Lydia Barton. Too many times when the keeper comes out, forwards just try to just blare it as hard as they can straight at the keeper, but she just stayed calm and shot low where the keeper wasn't and skipped it in there. Perfect way to respond after coming out in half.
So now we have a tied game at 2 apiece here at Macon Middle. So we're back underway. I'm George Young along with Guy Gooder and Trevin Talents. It's Franklin again on the attack. Smokey will clear it out into the stands and hit a lady. I think she's going to laugh it off.
Looks like the coach switched things up for Panthers at halftime. She's got Lydia playing a little bit farther over, trying to bring it down the side. I think that's going to work pretty well for them.
Right now, they're suffocating this side of the field. First, they sent Lydia down here. Now they had Haley Riddle and Olivia Swift down here, too. So they're just playing the numbers game. And it looks like they switched to a 3-5-2, 3 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 2 forwards. And it's been what they've ran in all year. Try to switch it up for this game, but it looks like they're going back to the basics. And it's obviously worked so far.
So Don Travel contacted me. I was like, yeah, okay. Games are Monday through Friday. Okay, yeah. So when do we practice? There's not really any practice to show up for the game. So I thought I'm going to get hurt.
Like a deep throw-in in the corner for Smokey.
Looking directly into the sun, too. That'll play a factor as the second half progresses. The sun setting right behind us, right over the mountain here.
Yeah, if the ball already isn't heading hard enough to play in the air, especially with how the wind's been tonight, that sun makes it not a lot harder.
Oh, yeah.
You'll lose it sometimes.
No doubt about that. in traffic on the far side. Smokey's going to try to clear.
Formation change is working nice for Franklin so far, but they could help themselves. Oh,
Out of the goalie, blocked by our
defender's
own.
got to get out of the way in that situation. Yeah, communication's key. But if you see a keeper coming like that and you know they're going to kick it out, you got to get out of the crosshairs.
Well, biggest difference when you go to a high school game versus a college game, even a pro game, you're going to notice how much volume the players have, how much they're talking. Like right now, we should be picking up the volume on the field of those players. You're not doing it. And it's just a confidence thing.
And honestly, I'm hearing it way more with Smokey. When they were down here on this side in the first half, you could hear them calling for a drop when they were on offense, trying to make sure they possess the ball on this side of the field. And it's Franklin's not playing awful right now, but you could tell they're not really communicating the best. That's the second little mishap we've had down there in that half.
Well, a kid just yanked down our microphone that was outside, and he's still playing around with it. So we
Good
lost
news
our.
is it looks like the dad's got that figured out for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Another
That was
deep
the
ball.
racket that you heard.
Yeah, he pulled him away. That's good.
Brandy Mills with a good pass to Haley Riddle. Way to like suspect that person's coming and make a quick little turn. Riddle showing some speed going down the left sideline.
Looking to cross it here. Gets a good cross in.
Header. Oh,
Good ball by Riddle, but I think Lydia lost in the sunlight a little bit. Didn't seem she made like as much contact or power as she would have wanted to.
Sometimes you hit the ball, sometimes the ball hits you. What
Yeah.
that looked like.
Tried to clear it out last weekend during one of my games, and it came back and hit me in the face. Wasn't fun. They're really trying to force it to Lydia down there. They're giving them ample opportunity to make something out of it.
oh, may have an injury.
It's like number 4 is down for Smokey.
Yeah, they've had a vicious collision.
It's Lisa, one of their captains.
Also, Randy Dills, I believe. Was it Dills or?
No, it was Dills. You're right.
Okay, yeah, she's going off. She was
Both are going
hobbling.
off.
And Lynette will escort her off. We'll check her out.
Yeah, he'll sub her back in. Rule states that on your field players, they have to be subbed if he stops play for an injury. Goalkeeper is the only one that can be attended to on the field. So.
It looks like Elisa's coming back in. Brandy looks like she'll take a second to sit. Franklin's got to watch out for that, though. She was one of those defensive midfield defenders back there. Looked like they were playing more in a midfield role this half. But, yeah, because their number 22 subbed it for is playing midfield now.
Looks like everybody's having a little trouble heading the ball right now with that sun over there.
And that's what happens when you have to start these games a little earlier, that 6 o'clock time window. You definitely get the sun for a good majority of the game. It's not till you start 7 o'clock where typically you get a little more, it gets darker and you can turn those lights on. Megan Balance just passes it around one of the
Here's a good ball in.
Smokey players.
Messer.
I'm not really sure what the keeper is doing there.
Yeah, she came out of the goal. Willow Messer is a sophomore.
I think
for
she was trying to
Mustangs.
keep the uniform clean. That's what we call that. She
Yeah.
want to pounce on that sort of ball. And
And at least if you're not going to pounce on it, just kick it out of there. That's dangerous right there, and just giving the forward a chance at getting the ball and leaving you in what I like to call no man's land.
So we're setting up kind of a wide formation. It kind of looks like a starburst formation. They're trying to run in there. Ball's way outside the area. You're trying to get it right at kind of the top of the 6 there, between the 6 and the penalty spot there.
And when the ball is sent that high, you usually want to have like one person a little back to clean it up when it gets sent there. But it looked like everyone was right about where the 12-yard spot, right where that penalty spot is. They're all on a horizontal line right there. So when that ball went over their heads, they didn't have anyone to clean it up and put it back into play. It's good pressure and pass by Holly Warner right there. Yeah, usually like your keeper to go up and pick that ball up so you don't got to take a goal kick. But seems to be playing a little bit more conservative after that last little excursion she had outside the goal.
Still having trouble getting it out of there.
Now good throwing by Haley Riddle to find Olivia Swift on the outside.
Couldn't get her footing, it looked like, on that kick. There's the dog. Must have saw a cat.
Oh, they're starting again using that speed. She's taking it out wide this time, but she's. Oh, it looks like she earned a. No, never mind. Thought she earned a corner kick, but looks like it went out before it hit Chloe Lane.
Just about 10 minutes into this second half, and it's a good one, fans. Glad that you're with us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. I'm George Young, along with Guy Gooder and Trevin Talent.
This game definitely has a lot of importance. These two teams have very similar records right now, and we learned the hard way this year with high school that losing games like these can keep you out of the state playoffs if you're not lucky enough.
Franklin comes in with a 5-5 mark. If you just joined us, 5-1 mark at 500. A chance here.
Look for the drop. Yeah, smart. Give her chances.
Fire one towards the goal, and it just left.
And that really started with Barton making a run to the outside, getting a good left foot cross in there. I tell you what, I don't know if it's planned, if he's moving around there, but I'd make that switch. She's got a good cross on her. Gives you a lot of opportunities. It's like just repeating that corner kick set play.
Oh, Barton with the chance. A weak goal kick gives her a.
Here she's looking for.
Oh, good pass
up.
Ball
to
in the
Roots.
center. Oh, wow. Really well put together.
Great placement by Roots right there.
Abby Roots with the goal.
A little shoe shine celebration right there. But great pass by Lydia Barron. Like, way to be unselfish and not try to shoot, look for the open person. And then when Roots had it, she knew she had that corner open. She just placed that ball perfectly. And
fans are getting a treat. Getting 5 goals in a game.
yeah.
It's a high-scoring affair here.
You could have several more.
Franklin led in this game. If you just joined us back in the first half, 1-0, and then Smoky able to tie it up late in the first half, and then took a 2-1 advantage at the break in this one. But Franklin able to get a couple of goals.
Yeah, and Roots now has a brace. It now has her 7th goal this season. Looks like she's trying to catch up to Lydia Barron for the team's leading goal scorer.
Sutton again will fire one towards the goal. Dangerous, but it went off the mitt.
Got to be a little more confident in those hands. I think a big thing with goalies is Morales did have the little hiccup earlier where she slipped. Just not lose your confidence. You can't get down on yourself, especially at a position like that. because when you start getting down on yourself, some more mistakes start happening. Luckily, that went out for a corner kick.
He cleared out.
Way to save it by Haley Riddle right there to not allow another corner.
It looks like Barton's made a pass to herself. She's trying to run it down on that left side again. She's going to get to it.
Keeps it in.
Somehow.
I think inadvertently, but
Lucy McCray able to keep it in bounds. Or Smokey.
yeah, it looks like no one even ran for that ball after she threw it in.
Yeah, I doubt they could see. I'm looking directly into the sun. You can see the Smoky Mountain bench. Everybody's got their hands up over their eyes as that one sails over the goal.
Yeah, and usually when you have throw-ins like that, I mean, from the youngest age, you always tell your kids to go up the sideline when you throw it in. But honestly, most people still use that same philosophy in high school, and it looked like no one ran up for that ball. Another short goal kick by Smokey.
Dangerous, dangerous.
Chance. That one's going to again sail over the goal.
And you got to watch those. I mean, that's a dangerous spot to be in. Flood to goal kicks. They just give the ball right back to the offense, and usually your defense is in a very just unsafe position because you got your guys about even with the forwards, and if the forwards get to that ball right there, it's usually a 2v1, 3v1, plus the goalie.
Panthers are really keeping the ball down at this end. A lot of pressure. Comes another opportunity.
And Lucy McCray, who just kicked the ball out, she signed with WCU for their soccer team as a goalie, even though she's playing defense right now.
That one's going to go left of the goal. He picked up by Messer. Another 25 or so minutes as the clock ticks in the second half.
Honestly, if I'm Franklin right now, after seeing their punts and goal kicks, I'm going to be pressing. Oh,
Chance for Smokey.
Sutton using that speed to her advantage once again.
That'll sail right of the goal.
Good shot by the captain for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Anna Morgan has a dangerous shot outside that 18 right there. Try to step in a little quicker to make sure she doesn't get it off, but a little off target that time, so it's not going to bite anyone yet.
Doesn't look like they're being patient. They get the ball down there. They're in a real hurry to get rid of it. They probably need to work it around, give her some more opportunities with that shot.
And you don't, when you're down a goal, you don't want to play like you're 3 goals down. I mean, if you're patient with the ball and you can get yourself good opportunities and not just try to haste through them, then it's a lot better than trying to just score as quickly as possible.
Mustangs are running a 4-4-2.
Oh, dangerous. Bad drop by Holly Warner right there.
Sutton.
Good tackle by Chloe Lane.
That was just a foot race. Yep.
Yeah. And then another tackle by Sidonia Morales to get the ball back out there again.
Cleared it out, but Smokey looks to set something up again.
Another shot by Morgan, but wide of the goal.
Panthers got back real good on that.
I was going to say, I'm all about like dropping and keeping possession, but no one was really moving for Holly Warner back there, so she thought she was going to drop it, but you got to watch out for that. Sutton read that perfectly and almost got another goal. Good passing by Franklin right there. Wow. Not a lot of possession going on in today's game, but
Yeah.
that was a good little sequence.
You think at this point in the game, Trevin, because of the game last night, sometimes the legs start to burn. They played last night at Hendersonville, didn't get back, I'm sure, till almost midnight. Maybe a little earlier.
Ref took a while to see that the ball went out before Riddle kicked it back in.
Yeah, he's looking into the sun as well.
The biggest thing, and that's why I kind of harp a lot on possession, because if you possess the ball and space out, you can keep your guys a lot fresher. They're not going to get fatigued as quickly having to run after it. And then in turn, it will fatigue Smokey because they're going to have to run and pressure you and go to that ball. But it wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing an onslaught of subs come in to give some of these girls a break.
Yeah, we're halfway pretty much through this second half.
Good clearance by Holly Warner to put the ball back up top.
It's like Chloe's by herself back there a little too often. She needs to have cover. So you got some backs back there. They need to cover when you go for the ball. Cover that middle area.
Yeah, one of the dangers of a 3-5-2, especially like right then in that scenario, because Holly Warner pushed up and cleared the ball, and then they just hit right back at that side. And if you don't have that left back push in a little more to help Chloe out, then she's going to be stuck on an island sometimes if you have that right back pushing up.
Well, usually your center mid, your holding mid needs to slot back when you're in pressure like that, and then they take on that role. And not seeing that, they're getting in it. Like I say, it could be a little fatigue setting in where you end up ball watching a little bit. Sometimes you're dehydrated after a big game the night before. So
definitely could be the case because, especially in that first half, that midfield wasn't doing the best job of getting back and taking away that space for Smokey. Looks like a sub for Franklin.
Fans, thanks for joining us on YouTube and Facebook tonight. George Young along with Guy Gooder and Trevin Talents here at Macon Middle School. First ever soccer broadcast. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. Anders Custom Woodworking along with Gooder Graphics, 1040.com, and the WNC Sports Zone for providing tonight's broadcast. One of a couple more we'll have in the next few weeks. Softball and baseball. We'll announce that coming up in the next few weeks. Of course, spring break is next week. And Trevin, I'm sure you're anticipating that, aren't you?
Excited.
Going anywhere?
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Oh, wow.
Pretty much the go-to destination for people in Franklin.
I'm sure you'll see a lot of your classmates at the Carolina coast.
You know how we talk about playing a game the night before, need fatigue?
Yeah.
Definitely need some fatigue from school or some break.
Well, the fatigue from the sun is almost set behind us, so we don't have to worry about that as we tick the final 19 minutes of this second half.
It's like they got the lights on. They're ready.
They got to get warmed up. Oh.
Shot on goal and just sails right.
I think that was Eliza, their captain. Good opportunity, just hit a little too hard and sliced it. But I will say, now that sun's going down, it takes a little bit of the danger out of corner kicks and crosses. And you can see the ball a little bit better as defenders.
Well, it drops that temperature, too. I tell you what, when you're already tired, that helps a lot. You get over, maybe get a sub, a drink, you can go back on and finish pretty strong. So hopefully he's got some breaks coming in for these forwards because he's had them up the whole game. They probably either need to swap them out. They're pretty red-faced.
I believe Roots is the only one that's been subbed out. Never mind, Riddle has too, but Barton's played the whole game.
There's the shot.
Oh.
Oh, another good shot. A little too square.
Good hands by Sidonia Morales, so way to keep that ball under control. You know, this past probably 10 minutes or so, Franklin's been doing a lot more of that just kick it up over the defense. I think they need to get back to what they were doing at the beginning of the second half, where they were just hitting it out wide, sending it back in. When they do this boot ball, it's honestly just based on luck. It doesn't give them a lot of chances to really connect on good passes.
That'll be saved by Morales.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard our microphones pick it up right then, but I'm pretty sure I heard Morales say keep, and that's when you know your defenders need to get away from the ball because it's yours. Ooh.
Collision.
Good job, Megan.
We have a whistle.
He's given the Panthers a free kick, not inside the box, just outside on the edge of the penalty area. So
Chloe Lane's coming in to take it up, so watch out. She's got quite the foot on her. Wouldn't surprise me if she could knock it in from here. And honestly, I feel like if that wall's not set up or she sees a little space where she could slip it in, I'd try to go for that. Or if you get some like pre-play movement and get one of your forwards or people up there open, maybe they can crack a shot at it. Ooh. Ah.
Over the goal. It tried to sneak it in that top right corner.
Yeah, she looked a little frustrated after that one. Almost had it in there.
Sure did. We got a great angle from where we're at. And in fact, I think we had the same angle on our shot just below us. Just could not sneak it in there.
I would like to see a little more like pre-set play movement right there. I feel like if you get someone at the top of the box, get them open right there, they could have a really good chance at getting an open shot on goal.
So right now we're at 15 minutes. Usually this is where you're going to give a forward a break for a little bit, try to get them back in or get some new legs up front, see if you can go ahead and finish off with another goal.
I will say about Lydia, though, she does have a little bit of a track background, though, so she might be someone who maybe is willing to last a whole game. Franklin sub. Seniors Haley Riddle and Megan Bowen are coming back on for Casey McMahon.
Yeah, McMahon's going to head over.
Oh, unlucky. Looks like
there's the pounce. There's the pounce I wanted.
Looks like Allie Roots had a chance to maybe get a hat trick, but ball bounced right over, and then Messer picked it up.
Yeah. Jumped on it.
Yeah.
Basically. It's a critical game. You talked about it, Trevin,
good
earlier.
Tackle. That's a clutch play right there by Warner. If she doesn't get that, Sutton has an open chance, open run at the goal.
She talked about it, Trevin. Critical game. You want to make sure you secure a slot in the playoffs. Really for both teams, but especially Franklin.
Yeah, this is a game they definitely need, because what happened to us this year is we had a better record than a team that we finished below in the conference, but due to this new rule they added, we got kept out of the playoffs since we finished below them.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the playoffs, so therefore we couldn't.
Yeah, changed the rules.
That's a
Conference
good
stand.
ball down the left side for the Panthers. Still in play.
Now it looks like Lydia have a chance to put the ball back in. Well, it's kind of disappointing right there. She didn't appear to have much help. Even in the middle, like, there's alley routes, there's not much else.
You know, you get a player in the corner like that. Now you're on their end. What you want to get out of that, you've got to get a corner out of that. Because right now at 3-2, give yourself another opportunity to get a goal on them and just keep it down this end.
After tonight's conference game, only 4 conference games left here in this 2019 campaign.
Barnett cuts off the pass. Still, that goal kick was better for Smokey, but they're not getting a lot of distance on those. If I'm Franklin, I'm going to be pressing. Because if you get an opportunity like that, you could give a quick little through ball and have another chance for a goal. Chloe Lane did a good job of getting herself in front of the player, so Sutton would have another opportunity using that speed.
Trying to do a little too much there. She's better turning that, kicking it upfield or kicking it out.
Yeah, and defenders get caught up a little too much with the ball sometimes. Usually you try to get it out just to be safe with it, but sometimes they try to make plays that just aren't there, and then it can be dangerous.
That's a great ball right there. Over the
See if
top.
Lydia's got the speed. That's miscommunication right there. Yes.
And Franklin's lucky.
Come on, Meg. Where are we, Rad? Come on now.
Yeah, the center back Aaron Moore and the keeper Messer had no communication right there. Usually you want your keeper to come out and either pick that ball up or kick it out, the worst case scenario, but she did neither, and
There we go. Let it go out.
ref missed that one. That ball's out.
Yeah, it was.
Side ref looked like he wasn't far enough down the field to see what was going on.
You'll notice she needs to raise that hand, right? She's going to kick it off there. Raise that hand. It's out. Let it go. You ask for it, you shall receive. Because on a lot of these fields, you've got a real crown. So a lot of times you're standing off in the middle trying to stay out of the way, and you really can't see that line. You can't tell if that ball's completely out or not.
I agree.
Trevin, you did some reffing, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You know exactly
Yep.
what they're seeing out there.
Yeah, the side refs are really supposed to be your second and third pair of eyes. If there's certain blind spots on the field when you're trying to stay out of the way of the play that you can't see, those guys should be able to help you out. But the corners right there, those can be a little bit tricky, especially when you got the side ref on the other side of the field. But Mr. Good is right. If you leave a little hand signal up, the ref's probably a little more likely to make the call.
Closing in on 9 minutes left in this match. Franklin up 3-2. And when does the urgency? Oh, we've got a collision and a whistle. When does the urgency start to pick up for Smokey, trailing in this one and only 8 and change left?
Oh, it should be up right now. Honestly, if I was them, I'd play way more aggressive. I'd probably take one of their people off the back line and push them up a little more.
We'll see if that occurs as we get later into this game. That one was towards the goal, but going to be saved.
That was a good header by, I think, Morgan. But there's no forwards to crash the goal afterwards to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, you get the free kick situation like that. You could take that keeper, move her all the way up, send in an extra player, and pretty much take care of a field this size.
Took too long to get rid of the ball right there.
Come on, Meg.
Good save
Saved
by
it out of
Haley
bounds.
Riddle.
was out of bounds when she headed that one.
That was great effort by Haley Riddle to keep it in play. And then they jump in front of the clear attempt by Smokey.
So you're getting some fresh legs in at 7:26, so that's a good idea.
Next, Allie Roots, the goal scorer, coming out. She's got 2 tonight.
I don't know if that, oh, he let it go. It's kind of an awkward throw in there. All right, there we go. Panthers get another chance at a corner.
Once again, some hesitation by the center backs on Smokey's back line right there. Looked like 15 had a chance to clear it out initially, but she did it, and then the center back behind her didn't either. So results in a corner for Franklin.
He's going to go left to the goal.
And honestly, Franklin needs to start a little further back on that corner kick. They're sitting right at the 6-yard line already, a little 6-yard box.
Yeah.
And they don't have a chance to run in on that ball. So when it's sent behind them and they get a head on it, they got no power behind it.
Yeah, the most of the corners have been real flat, and I think they don't know for sure if it's going to flare out and go back into the field or if it's going to go toward the goal. If you have a more predicted bend, you know, into the goal, into where you need to be running, it's a lot easier to kind of plan your run. So, you know, like you said before, the practice those because they're worth practicing. It's like the Mustangs coach is pretty nervous over there, if I can tell by his body language. So,
yeah, unfortunate handball by Lydia right there.
that shaky defense is making him sweat.
Indecisiveness is the biggest thing that's killing Smokey's defense right now. You got to be a little more confident in your actions, because if you're not confident in your actions, then it just can result in bad things. You're not fully committed to the play, and you can have bad clearances or sometimes no clearances. Great pass by Lydia to find Haley Riddle on the sideline.
Yeah, and they're having a lot of turnovers and not closing down the ball. So he's probably going to make a couple of subs of his own here at some point. Another good cross. Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Looked like they just hit that grass again and skipped over Lydia's foot.
Yeah, it's a tough track right there. You got a lot of uneven turf. Ticking towards 4 minutes left in the second half. We don't know all the rules about high school soccer. They play 2 halves, each 40 minutes. So ticking down the final minutes of this one if Franklin can keep this 3-2 advantage.
There's a kickball attempt up to Sutton.
Sutton's got the speed to track it down. She does.
She's got speed to just dribble around Chloe Lane.
Tries to set it up.
Yeah, and if you're that wing right there, that's going to be a one-touch send back in. You have like a little bit of time, but when you take that touch and then pass it, that gives the defenders way more time than they need to close that down.
I think the sun has officially set behind us. You can tell it's pretty dark on our screen. Lights haven't taken over just yet.
Honestly, unless this game goes to overtime, I don't think they will.
3 minutes left.
So yeah, I mean you're at 2 minutes. I really would like to see them try to bring that keeper out because that makes me real nervous. You don't want to create any space that you don't need to. You need to be aggressively defensive with that little time.
Yeah, but I bet you that keeper probably isn't comfortable coming out yet. She hasn't really had a good track record of doing that so far. And that's something that kills youthful keepers. I mean, I was a youthful keeper once myself, and I used to stay on my line. When you come out, it gives your teams way more options with anything you want to do, whether that's dropping or, taking off or taking away those through passes. And at this point, like, another goal against you it's not going to do much damage as much as sitting back there, not giving your team a little extra offensive oomph.
Well, no, I don't mean by offense. I mean, you've got 3 backs.
Oh, yeah.
She needs to come back when we have the ball and just go ahead and push up.
Yeah.
It's like acting like the 4th defender.
I thought you were talking about Smokey because they're down a goal.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Riddle has played a real good game. She's definitely red-faced. I think she's tired.
Yeah, she's calm and controlled with the ball. She can keep it with herself, and she's a great passer. We've seen that today.
Now Barton just needs to take her in the corner.
Yeah, sit with it.
Did they call a corner?
I think they called a goal kick. Yep, it's officially desperation time for Smokey.
Ticking towards a minute. We'll have some stoppage time.
No stoppage time.
Okay. Good. They did stop the clock, even though our clocks kept rolling. So we're not directly hooked into the scoreboard here.
Oh, there's a chance for Smokey. Sutton gets it.
And saved. Morales.
Yeah, Smokey's going to have to hurry for this one.
Yeah, we're down to.
Yeah, they're just going to send everyone up. In fact, I'd even send the keeper up right now, but she's just going to sit there.
Hey, Riddle again over there playing defense, shutting it down.
That may do it. It's out of bounds.
And it doesn't look like that the ball girls had the ball, so it looks like that's how this one's going to end.
That will do it.
Exciting game. Lots of goals.
Franklin, the victors. This one tonight, 3-2 over the Smoky Mountain Mustangs in our inaugural broadcast of Franklin Panther soccer. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. It's been fun. These guys beside me have done all the work tonight. I've just been here. God Gooder and Trevin Talent. Great job. We had some technical difficulties early on in the first half. We've got the second half on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Thoughts before we wrap it up, guys? Exciting game.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Great game by Haley Riddle. She took control of that left side of the field and distributed the ball well, kept control of it, and gave Franklin a lot of chances to score.
Yeah, I think Franklin overall, they played like they were not that tired from the last game. They're also used to the field. They definitely had home field advantage going for them. But overall, the adjustments by the coach at halftime looked like it really paid off because they had better shape. They had more fortified midfield, not near as many balls running through. That could have been bad for the Panthers. So, yeah, great win for them.
Advances their mark to 6-5. 6-5-1 overall. And, of course, bragging rights.
A little human tunnel.
You're getting the parent support tunnel going. You can't beat that after a game.
Bragging rights over Smoky Mountain. That's always important. And a cool celebration. Only 4 conference games left for the Panthers. In fact, they're going to take spring break off. Be back on the 22nd against Brevard. And the 24th at East Henderson, then at Pisgah and at Smoky Mountain. So 3 road games to end the season. That won't be very easy. But a good win tonight, 3-2 over the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Gooder Graphics, Guy Gooder, Guy and Alicia, appreciate you. Along with Anders Woodworking, 1040.com, and the WNC Sports Zone, our sponsors here on FPSN, Franklin Panthers Sports Network, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. All righty, that's pretty much going to wrap things up from Macon Middle School tonight. Thanks to Josh Chastain and Philip Angel, also a senior here at Franklin High School. He ran one of our cameras. Josh Chastain ran the other camera. And Ben Walker handled all the technical behind the scenes and switching for us here at Macon Middle School tonight. For all involved, for Guy Gooder and for Trevin Talent, I'm George Young. Till next time, so long.